What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. I know Married to Medicine, this most recent season, has already wrapped up, but Mariah and Buffie, they got together at Her Sleek Studios, and they were having a little podcast discussion about some things, and I was actually here for it. I want to share a few clips from the podcast with you guys. Mariah and Buffie, they were talking about some things they saw on the reunion and just sharing their thoughts about it overall. And they had a conversation about Dr. G, Lateasha, known as Sweet Tea, Quad, and even some thoughts that Cecil, who is Dr. Simone's husband, had about Lateasha and Dr. G. So I want to play these clips. I just thought it was very interesting, and I would really love to know what you guys think about it. So let's just go ahead and get into this.
To Cecil saying that Dr. G leveled up with Lateasha, I would agree.
Yes, I think Lateasha, from what I can see and what I've been hearing,
yes,
she is an amazing person.
Well, I think she's a sweet person. She's smart. She's a veteran. She served her country. She has a good government job, and she's giving the girls a run for their goddamn money.
People
and
love them good government
jobs.
Honey. You gave her extra points for having a good government job.
Yeah, honey, with them good benefits. I know
that's damn right. And she's a twin like him. I just think that is so
I think
unique.
It's adorable.
I think that's very ironic.
So sweet. And, you know, Cecil said that Dr. G looks super happy.
He does. He really does. And she seemed happy. Like, just seeing her on TV, she just seemed like she loves him for who he is.
I did not care for Quad saying that she thinks that Sweet Tea is a good fit for Dr. G because she could be easily molded and manipulated.
I didn't think too much of it because, to be honest, when you get married, you know, a lot of women feel, and for me, I don't mind being submissive to my husband, you know, so it's no big deal. If they change words to play on words, even if she listens to her husband and do things his way, you know, sometimes you have to do that. It goes back and forth. Sometimes you give and you take. I wouldn't even get caught up in that.
I didn't like it.
I didn't give a shit. She got him.
She got him. As a woman who's married to a man who's also, my husband's almost 10 years older than me, stop with that mess. And Miss Quad, you are younger than Dr. G as well. So what's all the shade for Sweet Tea all of a sudden about her age? Stop with that. It's very common. All right, let's get on to Hilton.
Cut it at the corner. You don't let it get to the door. Buffy cut.
I like that they talked about that because I do think that Lateasha or Sweet Tea, she gets a lot of flack, as well as Mariah. She did even discuss about this being her first season, and they felt like she held her own and she did very well, considering the fact that this was her first season and they know how hellish Dr. Heavenly, or like someone said, her real name is Elaine. Look, I don't know if that's her first name or her middle name. I don't know if Heavenly is her middle name or a nickname that she's just going by now. I don't know. But when I saw that, not that there's anything wrong with it, because one, Elaine is a name that is appropriate for her age range. She doesn't even look like a Heavenly, not even because of her actions and how she portrays herself and carries herself. But anything can happen, but I don't see her mother naming her daughter Heavenly being the age that she is, because it just doesn't even make sense. Elaine actually is more fitting. It really is. But when Mariah spoke to the fact that, you know, when you're in a marriage and you respect each other, it goes both ways. Submitting, it's not a sign of this person is controlling you, but because of the way society is, and a lot of loser ninjas out here that are doing podcasts talking about relationships these days and having the nerve to even utter the word submit and submission, that that word has really gotten into some muddy waters, and a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about. But Mariah's right. So for Quad to throw shade on Lateasha's relationship, to say, well, she's more easily controlled or whatever, it's like, girl, please. If you're the one that filed for divorce and you're the one that moved on, then why are you even discussing it and giving a label to their relationship as if it even matters? But they also had some shade. They also had some shade for Curtis and this Hilton Head trip. So I want to go ahead and play this clip really quick.
All right, let's get on to Hilton.
Cut it at the corner. You don't let it get to the door, Buffy. Buffy cuts it at the corner.
Correct. Let's get to Hilton Head, honey. And Simone messy ass scheduling this trip at Hilton Head, the site of right out of the DR. Curtis flying. What airline does he fly?
Spirit Airlines.
Spirit Airlines. But he built it.
Episode of The Receipt Room is sponsored by
Spirit Airlines.
Spirit Airlines that Curtis flies and was never paid for. We'd like our coins. We're mentioning your name.
Spirit Airlines flying to the Dominican Republic.
I wish a bitch would.
All right. To build a said whatever he building.
He building what?
He building a family. Allegedly.
Sure.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Why they going to Hilton Head? Like, so I don't care. Why they going to Hilton Head? Why the girls don't go to Dubai? Because Heavenly gonna get arrested. Why they don't go to?
You got some tea. I feel like I need some receipts.
Because, you have to have decorum. That's what I mean by that. But I'm just saying, why they ain't taking the girls internationally like they do with them other shows?
Oh, so they didn't go international
No,
at
they
all.
took them to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
For the cash trip.
For the cash trip.
Say you promise to God.
I promise to God.
I
And that's
thought
not
that
alleged.
was the little small trip, like
No,
when
that
we
was
went,
the
like when
cash
we went to
trip.
Savannah.
No, that was the cash trip.
Now, I didn't watch the whole time, so I watched all the ones you told me to watch. I swear to you, I did not know
They took them
that
all
their
the way.
cash trip.
They took them all the way to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Baby, that means, you know what, I'm kind of happy about it. Because that means my boy James Knox said, scoop me my coins.
Oh, it was a budgetary.
It was probably within budget. I'm not saying, I don't know that. James didn't say that. But I think that was horrible to be 10 years in the game.
And you can't go to south of France, Ibiza.
Our kids don't even
more places than them.
Yeah, Hilton Head. Maybe it was a golfing trip.
Well, Jackie was all up in her not happy and her holiness.
You do a different voice when you get to Jackie. That's your head voice.
Jackie was in all her of Nazareth holiness, upset that they were going to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Well, I agree with Jackie for one.
Why? No, she wasn't mad because it was raggedy Hilton Head, South Carolina. That was the site.
That's
of
where
Curtis
they was
cheating
caught.
when he was on Spirit Airlines flying the weird girls to South Carolina. 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago, though.
One of them set that up.
They saying it was Simone. Allegedly. They were saying it was Simone.
I think I might be back in friends with Simone. She ain't so bad after all.
So they was very upset. They weren't going. The dentist said she wasn't going to go either because Jackie and Curtis were very upset and thought it was really wrong for them to do such a thing. Because that was the site of his cheating. So they got to fighting, and then Jackie, her holiness, was telling the girls, it's so wrong, and being accountable as friends, and all this and that, and I just think you shouldn't have done this. This was the wrong place or whatever, and trying to hold people accountable. And Sweet Tea was like, accountability.
Yeah, Jackie and accountability doesn't go in the same sentence to me.
And Jackie said the following: I'm gonna get the baby girl in a little while. Baby, that's season 7. Jackie is popping out. Ain't she the new girl?
I wish
girl.
Yeah, she trying.
She popping out. Jackie, be your authentic self. We would appreciate you being that girl that you are. The mean, evil, robotic woman that you are. Yeah. Be that. Yeah. Be the villain. Be that. Quit pretending to be an angel. She
definitely doesn't have empathy for anybody.
Honey.
At all.
Then the dentist is always speaking of the dentist.
So when you say the dentist, because there's several dentists on there now, right? And they're like 3 different specialties.
Well, I say Dr. Alicia and Dr. Kima.
Okay.
When I refer to them, I don't say the other dentist's name. You can say her name if you would like, because she's Elaine, Dr. Elaine.
Oh, that's her name? Buffy got all the tea.
Dr. Elaine.
The receipt queen,
the
right?
receipt room, Dr. Elaine. Why doesn't Jackie speak up? Like, she's supposedly so articulate and educated. Why is Dr. Elaine always speaking up for Jackie?
Oh, I thought that, I think that she's asked her to. Or I don't know. I don't know the relationship with Heavenly and her. You threw me off with that Lane shit. I had to think back like, what? No, seriously. I really feel like Jackie is the type of person that just would throw mud, throw a shoe. She'll throw somebody's grandmama to me and put it on somebody else. I just think that's the worst type of people that operate like that. I'm very transparent, but I think that's what her and Heavenly's. Forgive the traffic in McDonough, Georgia.
Because we are live, baby, popping.
And we are popping. It means the people in McDonough are popping. And back to what we were saying. So I believe that that's why they're close. Is Jackie wanted somebody to do the dirty work, to show their hands, and Simone wasn't willing to do that. Simone has a backbone.
Yes, she does.
And a voice, and she talks real loud.
Real loud.
And if she gonna use it, I guess she said, I'm gonna use it for my goddamn self and my own family. And I think Jackie used people, but that's my personal opinion.
So it's an arranged best friendship.
I think so. What does it work for?
Because
it's been happening happily too, though.
It does help. It helps the dentist. It does help the dentist. It's elevated her on the show. And honestly, the dentist, in my opinion, ain't that, she's smart. She knew to align herself with Jackie.
Well, let me give you a little background on her. I don't think she's the brightest, and when you talk to her, but she gives that off because she's very uncouth. But I think that there is something savvy about her.
Manipulation savvy.
I've heard stories about how she got her husband when they were in Nashville at Fisk. And he even said it on the show. Like, she said she felt like she trapped him or whatever. And just the way she's done, I've met with her friends that said like they were losing their practices and she made them give her their stuff. They didn't have any money, and instead of, working out, some would, like, for little to nothing, pennies on the dollars.
Oh, gosh.
Quad and my sister Lake was there.
Receipts.
Yeah, so I just think that Heavenly is just shrewd. She's very shrewd.
Yeah.
And likes
that's
money.
Better. Not smart, shrewd, and it's about her coin.
She's about her coin. But I'm scared of people that do anything for
just
a coin.
Just for a coin. I would agree.
Because there'll always be more money.
And there's plenty of it out there.
Yeah.
So there was a big kerfuffle with Simone and the dentist because Simone said that the dentist is causing problems with her relationship with Jackie by always getting in the middle and always butting in. Like, she was very upset about the situation where Quad felt that she needed to call the dentist instead of calling Jackie about when they were, saying that Quad apparently leaked the video or I leaked the video. Jackie saying black women cry wolf. I'm going to say that as many times because that's what happened.
Yeah, Jackie. And say Jackie said.
Jackie said.
And you don't have to say allegedly on that one.
Okay. So let's see what else. Oh, there was a shade segment about everybody, whatever. Nobody can shade like you do. It was actually not giving much this episode to me. Was it to you?
I'm going to pause it right there, and actually I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to put the full link to the video in the description so you can check it out. But the things that she's saying about Curtis and Jackie, I didn't know he was with the chick that he was cheating on Jackie with on Spirit Airlines, so that was like, yuck. But two, when they were discussing Jackie as well as Dr. Heavenly, and, Jackie being a sneaky manipulator and Heavenly being shrewd in business and, and the different things like that. I see that about them. At first, Heavenly, it was funny when she would say your mama, because it was just like, really? We have a doctor on TV speaking like this? It was just like a sort of a shock hilarity that came along with it. But over time, just seeing how ugly she's been with Toya, calling Toya dumb and lazy, saying the things that she said about Lateasha and her womb and the endometriosis and you know, calling Dr. G a pedophile and just the other things that she said. I'm just not a fan of Heavenly like that. I know a lot of people love her. She has a large following, but you know, a lot of people love mess. I get it. And I think things are messy and funny and stuff like that too. Maybe from a blogger's perspective, but she is a doctor. She's supposed to be, you know, maybe not a doctor of medicine, but a doctor of dental medicine. And in this interview podcast, Lateasha actually showed up and she discussed some things, and I 100% agree with her when she was discussing Dr. Heavenly.
So you would still talk to Heavenly and know?
I had to get to know her. And she showed me who she was.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, I give everybody a fair chance.
Yes,
you know, I give everybody a fair
the
chance.
rope to let them hang themselves.
And when they do, you know better.
Yeah, you know better, you do better. You know, and you don't allow them in your space.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, she's blocked on my phone. So.
And we'll stay. But you know, at the reunion I heard, she said, when Andy said, is there hope for the two of you? You were like, she was like, there's always hope. And you were like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, yes, T.
Yeah. I don't think so, because it's like I don't know if you guys seen the things that she said online about my husband lately.
No.
Yeah.
It's
out of, like, how can I? You know, she said that my vaginal walls were falling apart, and I called her bleeding out on the floor, and you know, it's so disgusting and nasty. And then for her to be a dentist and, you know, somewhat of a doctor, you like to say that you're a doctor.
Doctor of dentistry.
You know, a doctor of dentistry. You should know that, you know, allow people to tell their own story. You don't know. You can't say, oh, she should have went to the doctor and she had good health care and all that. Just like Jackie said, it takes 10 years to properly diagnose someone with endometriosis. So you can't say that. And I just think that's disgusting to go that far for a storyline, or for clicks and views, and have people click on your YouTube just for super chats. Like I told her, she's strange for super chat change.
Who came up with Dentist the Menace?
I came up with that.
Period.
Because, you know, I just remind me of that little white boy with the teeth.
That's how they're tying us. That's
how they said you said that, but this the first time y'all meet it.
Every meeting and
It
talk.
doesn't take rocket science to come up with that. She had like you got to go to school to come up with that. You know, it's like Dennis the Menace. It just flowed, and she's wearing the T-shirt. She can thank me for that. She can thank me.
All right, so you heard that. So I'm glad that Lateasha is getting to address Heavenly actually with the person, Mariah, that a lot of people were trying to accuse her of connecting with, and people are going to think what they're going to think. So people already believe, oh, they were connecting behind the scenes. She was DMing her, and the other one was DMing her back, and she was giving her the little scoop and telling her what to say. I actually don't believe it, because like Lateasha said, it doesn't take rocket science to come out with a sassy clapback, or, you know, putting some words together to put somebody in check like Heavenly. Because again, with Heavenly, all she does, in my personal opinion, is goes low, tries to go, you know, for the jugular, nothing clever about it, and curse you out and say your mama and get buck and rowdy and yell. You know what I mean? So I was pleasantly surprised when I listened to this podcast. Again, I'm going to put the link to the full in the description box so that you can check it out. This was Buffie at Mariah's Sleek Studios, and I guess they're going to be doing this weekly called The Receipt Room. And I'm here for it. I mean, shoot, if Carlos King can be on his platform every 5 minutes talking about shows on Bravo, then why can't these two ladies who actually were on Bravo as well, and Mariah still is an executive producer of Married to Medicine, one of the most popular shows on the network, why not? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think about what they said about Curtis and Dr. Jackie and Lateasha joining them up and talking about Elaine, always known as Dr. Heavenly. Thanks, guys, so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.